What's going on, people? We are Far Side of the Pod. My name is Jordan. We got Ridge.
What's going on, everybody?
And we got Caleb.
Ooh.
So, the first topic of the day, we want to go ahead and give a big shout out to our local college here in Athens, Tennessee. Tennessee Wesleyan University won their, I don't know how many, but they've won a lot. But they won another national championship for their NAIA championship series. So that's another ring for them. I mean, we've known for years down here in Athens that TWU's always been really good at baseball. So
Congratulations!
Congratulations!
Yes, congratulations on bringing our state another little bit of
Hooray!
gold.
Congratulations!
I think that's their third championship.
It's at least been their third in like the last 10 years at the least.
Yeah, I was gonna say they've been really really good recently.
Yeah, they like
I
I
have
said,
no idea which ones they're on.
they've won a lot over the last couple years. I'm trying to look up how many they have. Oh yeah, so yeah, it's in the last 10 years. They won one in 2019 and 2012.
Gotcha.
So congratulations again. But yeah, we just wanted to give out a little hell yeah to y'all, and we'll get on getting.
Language.
Look, hell's in the Bible. All right. All right. So next thing.
So is ass, but you don't hear me saying it.
Well, hee haw.
Well, really?
So first things first of the episode, we're going to talk about the trailer and what we hope to see in season 2 of XMen '97. I've seen we've seen the trailer multiple times. We watched it before we hopped onto the podcast, and I'm just saying, it's peak. XMen '97 is arguably the best animated series I think I've ever watched. So I'm excited for this, and I mean, y'all know me. X-Men's my team, so I'm pumped to see what happens. What do you guys think? Ridge, I'll let you go first.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. The idea of Apocalypse being the main villain in this looks real good, and the fact that we're getting kind of, not in full, but a small cameo from Deadpool in it is pretty cool as well.
Yeah, and
that's one character I did not expect to see in this TV series.
In the trailer, folks, you can see morph into Deadpool in one quick scene, which is, it's hilarious because even last season there's a part. It might have been the same episode that. No, it wasn't the same episode, but Morph turned into like Mr. Fantastic one episode and the Hulk one episode, and the thing I almost said is he actually turned into Angel or Archangel in the first episode, like the part where they're all flying out of the air after the ship gets blown up. And Archangel is actually in this season, so like he's actually a character of this season. So that'll be cool to see. One thing I'm curious about that I pointed out, and I'm gonna be drastically sad if this happens. There's a part where you can see Jubilee crying behind like a cell wall, like a clear cell thing, right? I swear to God, if they kill Sunspot, I'm gonna be pissed.
I would not be surprised if they do, just to add that,
Emotional depth
intensity to the emotional depth and the intensity to the villain.
It just looks
of
like
Apocalypse.
It looks like that's what happens because that's the only person that I could see. I mean, there's a few people I could see Jubilee crying over somebody getting killed, but her and it especially showed that her and Roberto, they're together now, and their relationship built up through the first season, and you can see they're more involved in this one. So I'm sad because I love Sunspot. He's a cool character. I'm the one thing that I think is cool about this series is like, well, this season is like, half the team got split up into the past, then half the team got split up into the future, then the rest of them are still in the modern day. And what I think is cool is like we're going to get to see probably mainly we'll see two different versions of Apocalypse, but technically we can see three different versions of Apocalypse because we'll get to see Abnabu Sahir at the beginning of it before he turns into Apocalypse, with the one we saw at the end of 97 season 1. Then then the ones in the future have to face him at the peak of his reign. Then the people in the modern day could technically still be fighting Apocalypse because just by the after credit scene of 97 season 1, he goes back and gets Gambit's card, or gets Gambit's body.
Right.
So it's like that'll be interesting. But I think the thing I'm most excited and I hope to see in this season is him building his horsemen. Which, it's a given, of course, with it being the after credit scene in the last season, we're going to get to see Gambit's death. And I'm just wondering how they'll make him look, because like in the comic books he's got long white hair. But either way, like,
I could see them giving him his long hair.
He'll have long white hair, and he, instead of the brown trench coat, it's a black trench coat, and his eyes are, of course, they're still black and red, but it's just, he's one of the four horsemen. But it makes me think, who else would they have as a horseman? I could see Archangel being a horseman because, of course, he's Angel. But, he was also one of the horsemen in the XMen Apocalypse movie. Also, I don't think Psylocke will be, because Psylocke has already been shown as a snippet, but she'll be more involved in this season. I'm just excited for the show, man. Caleb, we never got around to you. What do you think about it, man?
Well, didn't get to watch the trailer, but got to see, the opening. And as you know, when you first showed it, because I didn't even know the show had happened until you told me about it that day when you showed me and my brother. And we watched that one episode. I watched everything after that immediately. I was like, I gotta see all this. So
yeah, I showed them the Remember It episode, the Gambit episode.
Yeah, and phenomenal, and I'm a big old school X-Men fan. I love the cartoon. I like the movies. Even with some of the faults from the movies, but when I first saw this series, I was like, now this is something fresh, but it remains in the same animation style.
Well, it's literally a continuation of the original series.
Yeah. And it's just the animation style, the nostalgic, look to it, but also the fact that it's all touched up and brushed up and polished, and to where it's more clear, but it's still that same style, was already like a hit for me. But I'm really excited for this next season because it just looks like, it looks like it's going to be just as good, if not better, than the first season they've done. So
yeah.
I'm excited. It looks, from just a little bit I saw from that, it looks good.
Word. Bridget, got anything else to say on the show?
I'm just ready for it to come out.
Yep, July 1st. So I'm guessing we'll get 2 episodes to start off, and it'll be one by one after. So, I just hope it doesn't go by fast, man. The last season went by too fast just because I enjoyed it too much. I was just gonna say.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say to tell y'all how much I love this show. I remember when the last episode came out. I was literally at work, and literally on my lunch I watched it, and I was in my boss's office crying. Like I was like, we have windows in the office, so luckily nobody was looking at me, but I was freaking sobbing, boy. Like, the part where, there's that whole debacle with Magneto and Professor X and Magneto's mind, and all that
Yeah.
hoopla, like that was getting to me. But the part where he was like, "Remember who you are," and he's like, "Magneto," and like he wakes up and he screams, "Magneto lives" and everything. I was just like, "Yeah!"
That took you to a new place right there.
I say that as I literally have a Magneto statue sitting right beside me. I mean, Magneto and Gambit is my number one. Magneto's my number two. So like that just hit me. I mean that was a roller coaster of a season for me. That's for dang sure.
Right.
but yeah, what was you gonna say, Ridge?
Well, I was just going to point out how, if I'm not mistaken, they had to rewrite the script. And if I had to imagine, it was because, if I ain't mistaken, we was originally going to see Rama Tut, which is another
Kang.
version of Kang.
Yeah.
So it's interesting how they swapped it out with Apocalypse.
Well, I mean, he was shown at he was literally the last thing we saw at the end of '97, the first season.
I don't know, but just how there was potential to somehow include
Right.
XMen '97 flowing into the Kang Dynasty, should I say? How about said Doomsday in Secret Wars? But
Dude,
at that time it was just Kang Dynasty.
You know what's weird? Looking at it, this picture I have up, the outfit that Magneto's literally wearing in this picture right here looks exactly like the outfit that Ian McKellen's wearing in Doomsday.
It could be a connection.
And he's got the long hair and he's got the beard. Interesting thoughts.
Could very well be a connection there.
That would be nuts, wouldn't it? That would be absolutely nuts.
I mean, it wouldn't be too surprising, honestly, if you think about it. At this point, with all the connections they already have in a lot of other ways.
Just how they're going into time travel with this one.
Yeah.
So
that's another big thing, I think.
We'll have to see.
It's not far off to get into multiversal travel.
Yep.
But I don't see them.
I don't see it either. But like literally, like he's almost wearing the exact same outfit right there. So.
Right.
All right. So on to the next topic of the night. Ridge, you had some talk about Tom Holland talking about some Spider-Man.
Yeah. So, of course, it's always, as we like to say here, it's always one of our podcasts whenever we talk about Marvel. So it's been at some point, I can't remember now. God, good grief. My brain just went blank, guys. I'm so sorry. There was an interview done. I can't tell you where it was at because I don't know the 100% details. But Tom Holland in that interview said that he would like to be able to do an R-rated Spider-Man. What are your thoughts on it? Do you think we could ever get an R-rated Spider-Man? How you feel on it?
See, my realistic thought is I don't think we could get a R-rated Spider-Man movie, like a full movie. The only thing I could see happening is if they do like a Halloween special and it's like him having a nightmare of like him becoming Man Spider or something like that, right? Like if they're not going to do the Man Spider storyline.
That's a possibility.
Like that was my first thought, but you brought up the fact of like the Punisher, like if they gave Punisher another movie and we do see Black Suit Spider-Man, like that would make sense too. But I
think that's the only way you get that an R-rated level Spider-Man is if you are going to have him in the symbiote suit with the Punisher in it, like the Punisher series, or if for some reason they dig into something else Daredevil related, like a Daredevil movie or just in the TV series. That's as close as you're going to get to seeing the Spider-Man that's R-rated.
Yeah. And like I said, they could do that. They could do that Man Spider short, like a mini movie, like they did for like Werewolf at Night or something.
Right. Werewolf by Night.
By Night, my bad. But that'd be my only guess. Is I mean, mainstream wise, I don't think they could ever pull off an R-rated Spider-Man movie. Now, I will say, did you know that the original Spider-Man movie was supposed to be rated R, or originally wanted to be rated R?
Yep.
Like the original. So originally, before Sam Raimi got it, James Cameron was supposed to do it,
You're right.
and they wanted it to be rated R. That would have been wild.
That would have been fun times.
Yeah,
Trying to see an R-rated Spider-Man. I mean, especially as a kid.
Especially R-rated back in the 90s. Because it was supposed to be the 90s when it came out. But I'm glad we didn't get it that way, just because if it wasn't for that Spider-Man movie, we probably wouldn't even get what we have now Marvel-wise. So
Right.
That and Blade.
Which, I mean, there's also a potential, too, of doing a Peter Parker from a different universe.
Well, they could do like a Last Stand movie too, but I feel like I feel like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man would be the best option to do a Last Stand thing for, just because I think that makes sense the most. But Caleb, what do you think?
I think that I think it could be in the realm of possibility if they didn't call the movie Spider-Man and then something else. If they just gave it like a very personalized title and it was not so much Marvel involved, they probably could possibly pull it off. But I don't know if we'd want to see something like that happen right now, per se. I just don't know if, with everything else going on with Spider-Man and all the stuff they're doing now, I just don't see that that's something they should do.
I mean, right. I mean, I kind of agree.
You know what I mean?
I kind of agree.
I just feel like it wouldn't blend well, and it could throw off some people's like interest in what they may do further from there.
Right.
So, but regardless, I still think that if they manage to make it work, I think we'd all be okay with it. So,
I mean, yeah. Ridge, before we move on, what's your ideas and thoughts?
Well, I mean, I shared my thoughts right there. The main way that you can do is if you get I think especially if you was to do it right now, well, not at the very moment, but, after we get through Spider-Man Brand New Day, you could do something with the black suit, with the symbiote suit, where it's mainly more so like Venom than it even is Spider-Man, but it's still technically Spider-Man because he's in the Venom suit, right?
Kind of like how they did the black suit in the video game. Like,
right, yeah, but you show it more so graphically.
Yeah. All right, anything
But
else?
at the same time, I see the main thing just being you throw it in Punisher or something like that.
Yeah, honestly. All right, we got anything else on it?
Nope, that's all.
All right, next up, I showed the trailer to Caleb and David last week, but we are officially getting a new movie by A24 called Prime Time, starring Robert Pattinson. This movie will be about Chris Hansen and the To Catch a Predator TV series. I think it looks phenomenal. I mean, he looks a lot like Chris Hansen, and sounds just like him. But I mean, if you know,
I think he sounds a lot like him.
If you know Robert Pattinson is such a diverse actor, it's crazy. But I'm excited for this movie. Ridge, what do you think about it?
Oh, excuse me, I had the microphone muted and didn't even realize it. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good movie. I think it'll be a very interesting thing to see in the movie theaters. You wouldn't think that. It's not my first idea for a movie.
No,
right?
It's definitely not a movie I think that would be a thing.
Right, so it's definitely an interesting thing to see actually being given a movie.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to it just because of that. It's not something I would expect, but yet here we are. And of course, that's the way A24 is a lot of times.
Yeah, for sure. But honestly, it's just like you said, I was at work and I saw that the trailer came out and I was like, huh? Like, Chris Hansen?
Yeah.
What? Like,
yeah, it doesn't seem real neither.
no.
Like it did. Like whenever I first seen it, I was like, "Are we sure this is actually going to be a movie that's happening?" And then you just see the multiple different platforms that as trailers popping up on, and you're like, "Oh, yeah, no, it is going to be an actual movie that we're going to be getting." Interesting idea to go this route, but
I'd like to see what
I don't disagree.
I'd like to see what Chris Hansen says about it. Like, I don't know if he's like talked about it or not, but it's cool. I think it's cool. I mean, as somebody who's watched the show a lot and watched his current show, because he still does the To Catch a Predator stuff, just not under that name.
Yeah.
So,
Well, there's a podcast, I can't remember the guy's name I watch. It's Julian something. And I think he had Chris Hansen on there, and I think that they ended up discussing that there was a movie coming out about him, and I think they do talk about it a little bit.
okay. But,
So, if anyone knows about that, then just go check it out, or put it in the comments for other people to check out, so they can hear what he's got to say about it, I guess.
But it's just cool that we're getting to see a movie about somebody who's became very popular for just doing that, exposing bad people. So, so I'm definitely excited to see it, and definitely excited to see like the turmoil that they had to go through with it and everything. So, all right, anything else?
Nothing else.
Already on to the next one. All right, so Ridge, tell to us about season 3 of Tires, man.
Yes, so sorry, let me pull up my notes real quick so that way I can tell you a little bit better, not very much better. But for those of you that are fans of the TV series Tires, get ready for season 3. Season 3 releases on August 13th of this year. I am extremely looking forward to it. The best way I can describe it for people who have never watched it is it's a sitcom that has the feeling almost of The Office, but a little bit more goofy, if that makes any sense. I don't know if that does or not, but to me it's more so goofy than The Office, more so goofy than Parks and Rec. It doesn't do the interviewing thing like those shows, but it's sitcom wise. So that's why I compare it to it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And if you guys like it, then I'm sure some people are looking forward to it as well. I don't know.
I've never personally watched it, but I need to.
It's a good show. I highly recommend it to anybody that wants something just to watch for fun on the side. Watch Tires.
Word.
It's worth the sit down to watch, and the shows seem to go by quick too. It doesn't feel super long or anything. You can sit there and almost binge the entire season in one sitting.
Nice.
It's that enjoyable.
All right.
Oh, what now?
We're talking about Tires, the show Tires.
It's a good show. It's on Netflix.
Don't have Netflix.
Caleb, you have the entire world.
I know.
Well, that's a bit of a stretch, I feel like.
You can watch anything on any platform.
I can literally watch stuff in Japan, Germany, Australia.
Okay, that part fair enough.
But yeah.
But I would definitely give it a watch.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
All right. Anything else in Tires, Richard?
Nope.
All right.
Not at the moment.
On to the next one. All right. So, if y'all haven't known, the new 007 game came out. But Ridge, you popped up a question earlier. Spit it out.
Yep. All right. So, apparently it's been thrown around other than me too, so I'm glad I'm not the only one thinking it. But as we know here recently, they started the casting process for 007 and casting the new James Bond. Well, what if we already have our new James Bond for the new movie series that we're getting as the actor Patrick Gibson who plays as James Bond in the video game that he recently came out in First Light.
Honestly, I think that
He already looks the part. He's at that young age.
I think that'd be a good idea, honestly. And you said it was Amazon's doing it, right?
Yeah,
This is an Amazon game too.
it makes perfect sense then.
Yeah.
One would think.
So I'm definitely with you. I think it'd be cool.
I mean, they already have him in the creative mode of James Bond, and they already like him as James Bond enough to cast him in the video game. So why not just cast him in real life? And it could kind of be like how Warner Brothers and the DC is doing,
right?
With the video game characters are also the same actors from the movies.
Right. Yeah, I definitely think it's a good idea, especially like bringing little details from the game, so like people who like actually played the game can be like, ooh, like. So,
Ooh, I know what that's from.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a terrible idea. I think it's actually, honestly, the best idea. And I think it'd be something that one's never been done when it comes to like somebody that was the character in the video game being the character in the movie type of thing, Like,
Right.
I think that'd be a cool, really cool thing. Caleb, what do you think?
It's not something that you would really ever think about, neither,
Right.
But yeah, I got a buddy at work who's been playing the crap out of that game. He's been telling me all about it, so I've been hearing about this game pretty much all week, and I've been thinking. He's like, I know the price tag scares some folks off. I said, yeah, I'm probably one of those folks that it scared off. I haven't played it yet, but I've seen some stuff on it. I know Cobby Lame's in it, and I do think it'd be seeing him. I do. He does a really good job as Bond. I could see. I could see him in that role. So I don't know. I don't if they're keeping it a secret, kudos to them if they've already picked him to play in a movie for that. But I think they should seriously consider that guy because he did good in the game as far as I've seen.
Well, I mean,
But we're all in agreement.
Yeah,
I mean, pretty much.
I just think it makes the most sense, to be honest with you.
Sorry, there was awkward silence, so I wanted to try to fill it in.
Well, I was sitting there thinking, God, I hope our microphones are working this time.
I know. But since we're all in agreement, I mean, honestly, there's not much more to say on it. I mean, we all agree.
Yeah, I mean, like you were saying, it's a cool idea to have the guy from the video game just go ahead and pick up the mantle.
Yeah.
And the dude in real life actually, looks good enough to play the character too, so. Which I know that's a ordeal for some people is that he's got to look good to play the part of James Bond, so that's why I throw that out there.
I mean, he's James Bond, so.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? On to the next one.
Nothing else.
All right, so Riz, we got some IMAX news.
Yeah, so in the theatrical world of movies and all things lovely, it seems as if IMAX is looking at the possibility, this does not mean that it's going to happen, but there's a high possibility of them selling. The top candidates, if they do sell, as of right now, are AMC, Cinemark, Apple, Netflix, and Sony. What do you guys think? I'll let y'all talk about it before I give my 2 cents on it.
Go ahead, Jordan.
I mean, I think it'd be weird just because, I mean, I've never really felt like IMAX was owned by anybody else. So it's like it'd be weird that the fact that they're selling to go to somebody else. Honestly, it makes me feel like it's a little unfair for some movie companies. Like if like you said, Rich, if Sony or somebody like that bought it, it'd feel like a little unfair to a lot of those different production companies. Like, imagine if Disney bought it and they're like, well, guess what? Dune 2's not getting no IMAX. Like, stuff like that.
And then just started like you can only I put it in our contract. You can only show these movies from our company on these
Right.
types of IMAX theaters, which would be just monopolization. We all know how we feel about that.
And Ridge, you brought that up before we started the podcast, like talking about Apple and all that.
You're right.
So I think it'd be better if a movie theater chain bought it. But I think it'd be it's just weird that it'd only be at certain, like, whether it's Cinemark or AMC or whatever. Like, it'd just be weird that you could probably only be able to watch an IMAX movie at one of those theaters.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty weird. Caleb?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I feel the same way. I don't know how good of a. It doesn't seem like. Doesn't seem very consumer friendly. It seems more. It just seems like a way to just like force the flow of money to go one direction. And like I said, I think we all know how we feel about that. It just feels like greed, and I don't really think that's a move to really even really consider being something to do. It's just I don't like it really. I feel like that's a bad move. I feel like that would turn a lot of people away from that kind of a thing.
Or Ridge?
Yeah, not consumer friendly.
Okay, well, like you guys have made mention, y'all have brought up a lot of good points on this as to the feelings of how odd it would be. First off, it would obviously be odd if a movie studio buys IMAX. I think that's where the main concern lies, is if you have someone like Sony buying it, Sony's going to push the agenda of only showing Sony related movies in the IMAX theaters, right? Same with Netflix. Netflix could go on this tear of showing only Netflix movies, and who knows, maybe they do a weird thing of showing TV series in some IMAX theaters too, though, which, I mean, that'd be kind of cool. But I will say this too, with those thoughts, it could also very well be, though, that in IMAX contract, whenever they go to, or if they go to sell, have it written out clear as day, hey, we will sell, but you cannot only show your movies here. You have to treat this as a normal movie theater and give out different contracts to, the highest bidder or whatever to show different movie studios as product. Like, if you're Universal, you can't just show Universal. You gotta be willing to show Disney as well. You gotta be willing to show, Lionsgate, or, just all the different studios. You have to be able to operate still like a normal theater. I think that if you give it to someone like AMC or Cinemark, to me personally, my pick out of the two is Cinemark, because I like Cinemark better than I do AMC. That, and as far as I know too, I could be completely wrong, but I think Cinemark already has IMAX screens in their theaters. So it's kind of like we already know how to run those screens, so why not take it over?
Right.
And if I had to pick someone to take over from the from the producer side or studio side slash big name side, I guess is the best way I can describe it, I would pick Apple. Because while they might have, their studio, they also know how to deal with technology. And IMAX has very high-end technology. You gotta think their movie screens, or not their movie screens, excuse me, their cameras that they film on are absolutely insane pieces of technology in of itself. They have home entertainment, which is a high quality home entertainment system. And also, you can run the potential of IMAX being able to somehow, Apple and IMAX being able to create some type of screen for iPhones moving forward where you get like a super high resolution or super clear screen or something. An IMAX screen for your phone.
Right.
So it's cool ideas all around. But, I'd rather see it go to the movie chain first rather than a big production name or big company name like Apple or Amazon. Because you never know. Amazon could come in and say that they want to look at buying it too.
Yeah, true. But hey, whatever they do is like we can't really do nothing about it. But it's just a fact. Like it'd just be weird if it went a certain way and all that.
It would be, but I mean, we'd end up getting used to it. Like we'll have to get used to if this Warner Brother and Paramount deal goes through. We'll have to get used to that merger.
Yeah.
It's the same as we got used to Fox being merged together with Disney.
True.
Of course, I don't think I complained with it that bad because I knew that meant that we was getting the XMen involved with Marvel and in the MCU now. So
yeah. All right. Anything else on IMAX? Okay. So we over this last week we did get the official name for the Minecraft sequel, the Minecraft movie sequel, and it looks like it'll officially be called a Minecraft movie squared. What's y'all's thoughts on it? Caleb, I'll let you go first.
I mean, it's a really clever name. I think some people probably thought that would probably be the case, but also with some of the reveals they've done, the new casting and and some of the returning casting, I feel like this is going to be probably a pretty okay movie. I ended up finally watching it at one point, and I was like, well, for how stupid some people made it seem, it was not that horrible of a movie. It was pretty okay, so
It's not bad.
yeah, it's not a bad movie. They definitely could have made that worse.
Oh yeah. A Ridge. I know you ain't seen it yet, but
no, I haven't seen the original Minecraft movie. But what I will say is, like, it feels like a bad dad joke of a title to call it Minecraft Squared. Because, it's blocks. Blocks are square. Also, whenever you look at the symbol for squared, it's 2.
yeah.
It's like a bad dad nerdy joke that you got going on. But, it's also a slight interest to maybe watch it one day. It's not high on the list for me, but, we'll see.
All right. Just please, God, don't let there be another chicken jockey moment.
You know good and well there probably will be.
Yep.
Because that's what sold.
Yep.
the movie to a lot of people was having a joke like Chicken Jockey in it.
I will say this, as I said last time: if I'm in a movie theater and you start throwing stuff, you getting shot. That's all I'm saying. Like,
whoa,
yeah, getting shot. It might not be with a bullet. It might be shot with a hornet or something. But hell, you catching something. You're catching a stray. That's for sure.
Catching bows.
Yep, like a mosh pit, brother. All right. On to the next topic. I didn't look this up, so Ridge, as everything, you're the data man. So tell us about Damien Leone's new film.
Yeah, so sorry, you catch me off guard every time. All right, so Damien Leone, as a lot of us, or a lot of people that probably tune into this know, he is the creator of Terrifier. He also has created other movies in the same horror genre.
Yeah.
But apparently his next thing that he will do is he will be writing, directing, and producing original movie called Tortures of the Damned, and this will be done with Lionsgate. So big move for him, since Terrifier 3 has done so fantastic.
And I did see something that there was talks that like Sam Raimi has something to do with it too, like he's a producer or something like that on it.
So even more reason to get behind this movie.
Yep, absolutely.
It'll definitely be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know much about as far as what the story might entail, but it's definitely interesting. I'm curious if he's going to have just one character, if this will be like multiple iconic characters, or
right.
Because it says Tortures of the Damned, so it's plural.
It would be cool if they did like an anthology movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess you're right.
But we'll have to see on it. I'm excited for it. I mean, Damien is killing it right now with the Terrifier franchise, and I know it's coming to a wrap, and I'm sure we'll be seeing that at some point within the next year and a half at least. No, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for him to be able to start doing bigger things. Yeah, Caleb.
Yeah, that's it's definitely exciting to see something new with his involvement. With how good the Terrifier series is and everything. I'm pretty much on the same page with you guys. I don't really know much about it, same as Ridge, but I think that we all have something to look forward to. So
yeah. All right. Anything else on Damien Leone's current thing? Yep. Nope. All right. All right. So we got the update that. Would you say production for it is starting, Ridge, or that just saying that we're getting it for the new Spawn movie?
All I got is that it's in the making.
All right, so this movie's been in the making for a long time, so I pray to God that it actually continues. But Rich said that they're eyeing a 2027 release for it, but it looks like Blumhouse is still looking to do Todd McFarlane's Spawn movie with Jamie Foxx playing Spawn, and it seems like the title of the film will be King Spawn. So, what are your thoughts on it, fellas? Ridge?
I'm absolutely looking forward to it. Just to see something that I know everyone's been waiting on for a really long time to finally get its due is exciting. Also, the idea too, I know you probably we're going to get to it, But I'll just go ahead and throw it out is that Jeremy Renner is also going to be a part of it, playing as Twitch. So that'll be real interesting seeing him getting to play that character as well.
Yeah, Caleb.
If I ain't mistaken, we went quiet.
Yeah, you were talking.
Well, I quit talking because you had said Caleb, so I didn't want to step over him.
Finish what you were saying. Go ahead.
If I'm not mistaken, which I very well could be, isn't Spawn a Marvel character?
DC, right?
I think
DC?
He's his own. I don't think it's either.
Hang on,
I could have swore he popped up in.
DC. Let me look.
It's one or two that popped up in.
He's more core-aligned with DC because he's had actual like run-ins with Batman and everything. I think he's slightly owned in a way by Warner Brothers in a way, or at least was.
Nah, he's independent under
Dark Horse, right?
Image Comics.
Oh, Image.
Image Comics, created by Tom McFarlane, '92. So,
but the thing is, he's had run-ins with Batman though. Like
he has, it's well known for crossing over with Batman. So, I mean, I guess it's definitely more of a DC than it is. I was gonna say I've seen him. He's had run-ins with Superman too. But
the thing is, he fits more in the DC because he is literally
dark.
His name is Spawn because he's a spawn of hell. Like he's literally
And DC is literally basically dark comics. Let's be honest. Like we all make that's the little jokes there.
Like if they go with the original story, I mean he was an assassin who was then killed by his boss, like backstabbed.
Yeah.
And when he died, he went to hell, and Satan was like, "Yo, you're my spawn. You're my right hand man, and I need you to go out and do some things for me, big dog." Like that type of thing. So I wonder how they'll do it, especially now that they're doing the King Spawn storyline. So
you're right.
That'd be interesting.
And I think Jamie Foxx, even though it's been years, I still think he's the perfect casting for him because in the original movie it was Michael J. White.
Yeah.
So I think he's a good casting. And I'm sure since he's been put on to do this movie for a long time, I'm sure he's just ready to get this done, and I'm sure he would love to do this movie, and this is a passion project for him probably. So.
Well, if I was him, I'd be real excited to cash in on this movie because it's gonna. I mean, I think they're gonna do really well with it. Honestly, I just have this gut feeling that this is gonna be it's gonna end up being really good when they finally flesh it all out.
I hope. Y'all fellas got anything to say on it?
No, I think we covered it pretty good.
Ridge?
Just looking forward to it, and knowing that's coming from Blumhouse will be definitely interesting.
Oh yeah. All right, next topic. Riz, you had a question for us, man.
Yeah, so listen, the way I came up with this question was I heard a YouTuber say, no joke, this is how I came up with this, was a YouTuber said that he wants to see an animated or an anime, I can't remember which one it was, I think it was an animated cowboy TV series. He says, where's a good animated cowboy TV series at? So off of that, with that in mind, and don't ask me how I got around to this, what would you rather see? A Red Dead movie or a Red Dead TV series?
Caleb, I'll let you answer that first.
Well, if they did Red Dead as a movie, I feel like they'd have to break it up into 2 movies, probably. But the series you could really take your time with as well. I don't know, man. That's tough, honestly.
So I say a series, and
Yeah, I mean,
I do feel like, I do feel like I'm probably the most qualified to talk about this topic.
I know you absolutely probably are.
But the thing is like I think it would be a phenomenal idea to do a series because, especially if we're following the Vanderlyn gang, I feel like it would be perfect that the first season is what happened before Red Dead Redemption 2. Like with the Blackwater situation, maybe even 2 seasons before, where we're building up young Arthur or building up all that. But once we get to that point, we get to the part where it shows what happened in Blackwater, the whole thing that went south, the mission, and then the whole second season or the next 2 seasons could be about the second game and all the things that happen in it, all the way from Guarma to the end of it and all that. Then the last season or the last 2 seasons could be Red Dead Redemption, the first one. John finishing the series up. I feel like, because like you said, Caleb, if we did movies, a lot of it would have to be left out.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't have to be necessarily if they broke it up into enough movies, but at the same time, you don't want to oversaturate the movie industry with, that cowboy movie being a 3-movie deal, in my opinion.
I just think it would.
I would lean more heavily to the doing a show as well, because you could just do more. And honestly, if you have the money anyway, your budget's not going to be anywhere near what it would cost to produce a movie.
Yeah.
And you already know, since it's so popular to begin with, that you're going to make some money back. If for sure, people would love to watch a Red Dead show, I'm certain. So I think, a series would also be better. I think a movie would be cool, but I just feel like you'd have to make it either a really, really long movie or break it up into so many movies that eventually people just lost interest in finishing the story.
I just think there's so much stuff, because the thing is yes, these characters can be, touched up on and who they are and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a series is going to be needed to explain the depths of these characters, because not only is it about Arthur and John, but it's like, we have Dutch, we've got Hosea, we got Charles. Charles is a character that I wish we would dive into more in the first place. Like, I would kill if the next game was just about Charles. And it's just because, Charles is half slave, half Indian, or like, his father was a slave and his mother was an Indian, and like just different things like that. Like, it would be a phenomenal story, and just the depths of the characters and all the things that could happen that is pieced together, and a series would just be outstanding. Just the depths of storytelling that the games already are. Ridge, what's your thought on it?
Hear me out. I'm going to lay this out the best way possible on what I think should happen, okay?
Right.
So, first off, I want to give this project to very specific people, okay? I want this production to be done by a certain group. And that group is going to be under the A24 banner with Glenn Powell.
Like Glenn Powell producing it or starring in it?
Nope, he ain't going to be starring it. He'll be producing it.
Okay.
And so, the first thing is going to be, we're going to focus in on Red Dead 2. Red Dead 2 is going to be a TV series.
Yeah.
After that, and you might not like it, but I'm going to say that we're going to get a prequel movie that gives you what happened in Blackwater.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I would be all right with that.
Yeah.
And then after that, we jump into a new season, or however you want to say it. Well, yeah, I guess we'll just call it new season, where we pick up with Red Dead.
Okay.
And then if you want to, after that, you give another movie. That's a sequel.
The second movie could be like the Jack stuff that happened, because in the latter part, like the epilogue technically for Red Dead Redemption, the game, the first one, you go as Jack and kill somebody, right? Caleb, I can't remember who you kill, but which is John Marston's son.
Yeah, it's one of the guys. I think that it was one of the guys that double crossed John in the end after he'd done all that, to round up all the old gang members and stuff.
I just think it would be such an awesome series, just because the first, Red Dead 2 is about the gang. Then the first Red Dead game is about John going after the rest of the Vanderland gang. Like, you literally kill Javier, you literally kill Bill, you literally kill Dutch. Like, it's such a big.
Well, you don't really kill Dutch so much as Dutch,
Yeah, but still, like, it's just like, it's peak storytelling. Like, it's a peak series storytelling thing, and I feel like people would love it. Honestly, I could see it being an A24 produced thing and it being like a Matt series or something like that. I could see that being a thing. Or Amazon.
The only reason why I say A24 and Glenn Powell is because Glenn Powell likes his westerns.
I mean, yeah, he's from Texas.
Right. So I think he would have a good insight on it, maybe, especially if he's played the games already.
Yeah. Then
he'll be a genius at it.
Yeah.
I think. That, and it also depends on, and I know this is going to sound strange, but it's going to depend on how he does with this Texas Chainsaw TV series.
No, you're right. You're right.
And if he does good with that, then I wouldn't mind him having a chance at making a Red Dead TV series.
Yep.
Now, here's my next slight question. Not as much, because I think we can all agree. Would you do it live action or would you do it animated?
Live action, no doubt. The only thing that I think would probably work as a animated thing is if they did something where John was having a nightmare and it was the Undead Nightmare story.
Yeah, that would kind of make sense, yeah.
But I feel like the rest of it would have to be a movie. Because honestly, it's
or live
series.
Action.
Yeah, it's just that's something a lot of the fans have been asking for, is a live action Red Dead story. So I feel like that's the only way to make it work. Now, do I think it'd be cool to see an anime, like a Western anime? Yeah, I think it'd be awesome. But I would rather see Red Dead Redemption. All right, anything else on this topic?
Nope.
All
right, on to the last topic of the night. And we're not really going to get too spoilerish on this, because honestly, if you watch the trailer, you're going to see the majority of the movie anyways. But we're going to talk about Masters of the Universe. Ridge and I went and watched the movie today, and we got some things to say about it. Ridge, I'll let you say your part first.
Hey, put your neck away.
Dude, all right, Caleb, to tell you context, I got to tell you, there's one scene where they're trying to gather everybody up to tell them this big plan, right? And there's a character in the original series and in the movie called Mechaneck. His neck extends and can go really long, right? Mm-hmm. He goes to speak up and he extends his neck out, and Man-at-Arms goes, "Hey, put your neck away." And me and Riz are up in that movie theater rolling. Because it was just like something like, how Ridge is and how quick he'd be, "Hey, stop."
Yeah.
Like, it was literally like one of those things. It was like, "Hey, put your neck away." Like,
wait, when did y'all go watch this movie?
Today.
Well, I would have got up and went and watched it if I'd known.
Boy, you got.
I was off.
9 o'clock having.
Well, I was up at 9. You could have, you never know when I'm awake.
Well, next time we
all kind of whacked out.
All right, so next time we go watch a movie, we'll put it in a group chat instead of it just being me and him talking about it.
Yeah, that'll work. And put it
That
in
work?
that way. At least I know. If I see it and I'm off, then I'll be like, "Hey, I'll just meet up with you guys."
That way, if you're off, you can go. If not, at least you've seen.
But yeah, Reed, you can go in with your thoughts on this movie, brother.
I loved it. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Some things, felt a little too cheesy.
Yeah.
But not to the point of it being like sitting there the whole time thinking, "Oh boy, this is just a spoof movie, isn't it?" It's just it has good humor. Well, to me it does. All right, to each their own. All right, let's just go ahead and throw that out there because I do see how some people, especially critics, will give it a hard time. But if this is something that you've been waiting on ever since you were a kid, whenever the cartoons were first aired on TV, it's definitely going to be something you'll enjoy watching.
Oh yeah.
You'll find it humorous. You'll love every part of it, and you'll. The best thing too is you're going to love Skeletor.
Fudge, yeah, I almost said it, but yeah.
Like even though he doesn't have that high pitched voice, he is absolutely great and absolutely,
Hilarious.
to say the least, he has a little bit of a fruity side to him, and it's hilarious.
He's what he was in the original series. He was sassy, and like he was just like goofy. Like he was arguably the funniest character in the movie. Like for real, he's the funniest character in the movie, 100%.
Well, in the show, if you think about the show, he kind of was one of the fan favorite funny, characters, even though he was the villain.
But like,
oh yeah.
So it kind of makes sense to play him that way.
Look, I'm gonna say,
I haven't seen the movie, but
I'm
if that's how he plays
line,
it, then I'm cool
gonna
with
say
that.
a line from the movie, Caleb, that you're not gonna believe was a real line from the movie.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a part where he's like messing with Adam, right? And he's like making him see like different like flashbacks. Like
Okay, hold on. Can I hit a timeout button real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Just go ahead. My bad.
No, you're good. It's just to give a warning for what I think you're about to go into.
Yes.
If there are children listening to this, this is the time to zone out for a couple of seconds.
Yes.
Or to let hand it off to your parents to fast forward, or just fast forward a little while.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
All right.
This is more so of a adult joke that came from like SpongeBob back in the day.
Now, first of all, there was a lot of innuendos in this movie, like a lot, like because there is a character named Fisto, and that there was a lot of time. There was a lot of times they're like, why do you call me Fisto? Well, you fist bad guys, like, and like then there's Ram Man, and like Fisto turns to Ram Man at one point and like, give him head, Ram Man. But this part, he's messing with Adam. Like he goes to like a flashback when he's at a gym and he's sitting there in a Nike outfit lifting weights, and then like it shows him at a restaurant and it's him in a suit. Like he's changing the outfits with the scenes, and it gets to the part where he's at like his work office, and he comes in and he's wearing like a button-up shirt and like dress pants, which I think is hilarious because he's even wearing a name tag that has his face on it, and it's hilarious. But he grabs Adam and pulls him up, and he's saying, I can't remember the full thing he says right there, but he's like, you with your meaty arms and your long sword between your meaty thighs.
Okay.
And it was just
it's not lying neither.
No, that's a legit line.
What in the world?
But what was so cool what was so funny about Skeletor is he was so quippy throughout the whole movie. He'd be like, there's like one of the parts he's like, my evil reign is coming here, and he holds his fist up and he stops and he's looking around. He's like, that's it. And I put my fist up and that's the end. Like.
That's the crescendo. That's where we crescendo at. We'll know that for next time.
And his voice, the build off what Ridge is saying, this is finally a role that Jared Leto can say that he won at.
Okay, I'm going to make a slight argument too.
Go ahead.
Just this is a little side note, like on a sticky note. Okay.
Right.
If you gave Jared Leto the Joker from
the nightmare scene from
the nightmare scene, yes.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
That one he also did really well with. I like that version of him. And honestly, I like that version of the Joker.
And honestly, I always also like to say, if they would have like fully drawn out Morbius and like not like rushed it, it could have been better too. But
that being said, though, by far, Skeletor is Jared Leto's best role he has ever had.
Yeah, 100%.
And he's had a lot of roles, from playing an old guy with Lady Gaga, from playing a vampire to Tron to a clown. He's finally gotten a role that fits him perfectly. I don't know how on earth they managed to do it, but they managed to make Jared Leto, whether it was Leto himself finally cracking that eggshell and saying, by God, I'm going to do this great, even if it kills me, or whether this was just great directing and great writing. I don't know, but they absolutely nailed it with him playing Skeletor.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, what else I loved about Skeletor, man, was like he was so like his emotion could be told. Like though he's a skull with beating red pupils, it's like it told more emotion than most anything else. Like how they just moved around and how his like skull would like morph when he would laugh or smile or like it was weird, but like it was a good weird. Like oh, this is cool. Like even when he first showed up, you could literally hear people in the theater being like, "Man, like he looks awesome." Like, but like to continue is like this movie was like a phenomenal movie. I personally gave it a 4.5 stars out of 5. Just because, like you said, Rich, there was a couple things that I would have, did a different direction on or whatever. But there was nothing detrimental that, like, made me go, Like, there was only a couple of things that just made me go, they could have done that a little different and it probably would have been better. But I'm not mad at it. I will say, I got super goosebumps in this movie. Twice. And it was from the same thing. And I don't know how you feel, Ridge, just because we've seen it in the trailer, but the part when he first gets his powers.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so much better than the trailer. Like, because it shows like his muscles being built on his body and the whole just the way it looked on the big screen. I'm talking about everybody was silent in that scene. Just whoa, like people. I saw somebody to the right of me like cheering and stuff like that. But it was super cool, like the way that they did it, and like that brings me apart. One of Skeletor's funniest moments is he gets the sword, and he's like on his throne. He's like, "Yes, I've got it." He's saying, he goes, "I will be the most powerful being in the universe." He's like, "By the power of Grayskull, I have the power," and holds it up. And he's like standing there for a second, and he's like, "Ah!" And he keeps like thrusting it up in the air, and he's like, "Evelyn, why is it not working?" And she's like, "I don't know, sir." He's like, "Maybe there's like a certain thing." He goes, "Well, I said the thing." And like he was just like jumping with it. He's like, "Ah!" And like we said before, Skeletor honestly stole the show. I mean, everybody in this movie was great, but Skeletor really stole the show. Like, and Caleb, I know before we started, you said that was one thing that worried you was Skeletor and Jared Leto.
Yeah, because you know me, I'm an old school kind of guy, and I was just like, I'm a little concerned with how the direction of it. But
this Skeletor was on point. It was just not the whiny voice, but honestly, they make it work. Like the voice that they chose is great. Like it makes a lot of sense. And
he still has the same sass and everything from his. How do I say this politely without offending anyone?
Well,
if you listen to this podcast, you don't get offended. He is still able to be slightly query.
Yeah.
And it fit.
Oh, the thing is like some people think it's almost canonically like correct that say that he might be gay, like because of that where he says the long sword between your meaty thighs. Like,
well, I mean the whole way he acts towards He-Man versus how he acts towards Evil Lynn, and Evil Lynn's trying to throw herself at it.
Evil Lynn, like there's a part where he straight up had Evil Lynn by the neck, like choking her, and she was just like after he let her go, she just
You
smiled.
can't tell if she likes it or if she is not liking it.
But like there's like scenes like when he's talking to Adam, where you're almost like, is he just like hitting on him in a way, but like still being evil about it? And like there's even a part where he was like, "You milk toast boob," and like he has some of the goofiest names, but it's right. Like it's Skeletor. Like he acts like Skeletor from the show. And just to sum it up, really, the guy who plays Adam is great. Idris Elba was great as Man-at-Arms. Camila Mendes was great as Tila. I mean, it was just all great. There was not a real negative side to it, in my opinion, and I think it all flowed well. The action was phenomenal, and just really, honestly, it was very interesting. I've never really seen it done like that before. Even not to go into full detail, but Ridge, you'll know, and the people who's listening, who's watched the movie will know. Whenever he's fighting Skeletor, and Skeletor's like, "Is that all you got?" And he goes, "I was pulling my punches." He goes up to him, and the way it was showing him hit him multiple times is that's it was a cool way that they shot it, and I like I said, I give this movie a 4.5 stars out of 5. I think that's a very reasonable score. Ridge, what would you give it?
I'm gonna just be a little bit picky on it and just try to give it a 4 out of 5.
That's understandable.
I have 2. Well, no. Excuse me, I about got tongue twisted. I've got 2 slightly major negatives.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
And then the other thing, like we already talked about, there's just certain pieces that feel, a bit too quirky at times that just doesn't fit.
Right.
My first major issue that I'll throw out is, to me, I can't fully put my finger on it, but it felt like there was at times pacing issues in the movie. Certain jokes or certain things just got held out for too long.
Right, yeah, that's been one thing that a lot of people's talked about, is there is some jokes that don't hit as good as the others do. So,
and I think it's just a matter of it being told for too long or done for way too long.
Yeah.
So just pacing and, certain just bits and pieces that are why are we showing this? Why is this what happens? There's a certain scene that happens, I'll say about a quarter of the way through, maybe, where they hit traffic.
Oh, yeah.
Why did we have to get that scene? It would have made more sense if that scene was to be a thing to have happened after the one thing happened instead of him heading to his apartment or whatever.
Yeah.
It would have made more sense to have it happen like that instead of him going to his apartment and then the next day is whenever we pick up with this instance that's going on. It just, there's certain things that's I guess this works, but why are we showing it like this? How did we get here with this?
Right.
My second issue, Slater, you know it.
I knew it would be.
You know what my second issue is. They wasted the third after credit scene.
Yeah, they didn't do the "What's up" meme.
They could have easily have done it right there. Very easily have done it right there.
And honestly, this is probably why Ridge didn't like the scene where they get stuck in traffic, because they did use the song "What's Up" by the Four Non Blondes in that scene.
I thought it was cool that they used it. Okay, don't get me wrong, it was cool. But
It wasn't. It wasn't the what's up that we wanted. It wasn't the hey.
The reason why that got to me, though, they knew so badly how many people have seen that, or else they wouldn't have advertised it in their TikTok advertisements with that.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't have had him go on Late Night with Jimmy Fallon
and
doing a parody with a bad wig on to that.
Right.
What was keeping you from doing that as your last after credit scene?
Well, the thing is like I get it, like they put it in there. They put the song in there for a reason. It's what fans wanted, right? But it's not like what everybody knew. I mean, yes, it's how we knew He-Man and everything. And it was just a meme that was created, so it's it's good that we even got the song in the movie.
But it's a very popular meme that our generation is going to get.
Right.
Sure, older generations and maybe some of the younger kids don't get that video.
Honestly, if they do something if they do something like the special features where they like took clips from the movies and made it, I would be happy with that.
But again, though, I think that if they would have done that too, it would get a lot better word of mouth out there for everybody to go watch it, because you're going to have people say, listen, if you don't like the movie, just stick around for the very end. Trust me, you're going to want to see what's at the very end.
Right.
You didn't need that third after credit scene because you had a good idea of what was going to potentially happen.
Well, I think that last after credit scene should have been the first after credit scene, because I feel like the first after credit scene was just, it's kind of like for the people was like, why wasn't this character in the movie, And I can't remember that character's name. But it's the little tiny wizard that flies around with He-Man. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about, Caleb, or not.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't remember his name either right off the top of my head right now.
But he pops up and says a couple words, and that's it. So, like, I feel like that last, the last one is just pretty much setting up. Hey, we're probably going to do a part 2.
What set up we're getting a part 2 was the second.
Yes,
post credit.
And this is a spoiler warning. So Caleb, if you don't want to hear this, you can. But this is like a post credit scene. So if you want to hear it, you can.
I'm just gonna turn y'all's voice chat down for like 10 seconds.
Oh, it'll be longer than 10 seconds, man.
Then I will wait 30 seconds.
Just spit it out. The longer you sit here and wait, the less time you'll have.
All right, so in the second after credit scene, we see Man-at-Arms and the Queen talking, and he pretty much like, yeah, maybe she'll come back, and it shows She-Ra. If you don't know who She-Ra is the sister of Prince Adam, He-Man. So She-Ra the Warrior Princess.
Yeah. Even quicker than 30 seconds right there.
Yeah. All right.
See, if you would have just had that, you would be able to tell people that we're going to more than likely do a second movie.
Right. And
you didn't need the third.
Right.
After credit scene and all, because you can more than likely tell just by the time before that happens in the movie, you see that character go away. So you know that that's more likely going to happen, because also that character is, as far as I know, one of the just main characters of He-Man all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you don't have that character, do you really have anyone else other than Evil Lynn to do a full movie with?
Not really. So I mean, makes sense.
So, to me, I think they missed a way to get a good word of mouth. That's my big argument with having that parody of that video at the very end.
Yeah, I get it. Honestly, I feel like that's the one thing I would have loved to see, but I mean, like I said, I still enjoyed it enough to the point where I was like, you know what, it's fine we didn't get it, because the way I look at it is, you know, I mean, I get where you're coming from, Ridge, with it being our generation and everything, but for those guys who've been waiting 40 plus years to watch this movie, I feel like this movie was made for them, you know, and like I thought it was great. Like that's pretty much the only thing I can really say about it anymore. Is it was great. I'm proud of the movie that they came out with, especially with the hype that we had behind it. You know.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. Is there anything else for the podcast this week?
As far as topics go now.
All right. Just remember, people, we got some things coming up. We got CreepyCon coming up at the end of next month, and we also have got on September 19th we're going to be at the boot up event, or the starting event for the Scream Chamber for the year.
Kickoff event.
Yeah, and I'm sorry. And
no, you're good.
Just remember, we will be having a raffle. They'll be raffling off 2 tickets and access to their trail, right? The new trail that they're making.
Hey, whoa! First off, don't know if that thing's coming in or not.
Okay. Well,
So
possibly.
I don't even know if we've ever made mention of that on here.
Yeah, we have.
Have we?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a possibility that they will have that. I'm not going to say 100% yet, just because I haven't gotten 100. I haven't gotten the 100% from them on it.
But either way, we'll be raffling off 2 tickets.
Yeah, we are we as in I with them are working on expansion right now to the main haunt. I'm not really doing much anymore other than sitting around and occasionally picking up things because of my thumb. But once we get that done, according to when we get that done, is if we will be moving on to doing that project or not. Hopefully we do get it. I think that we will be able to get it. It's just a wait and see.
Yeah.
Right now. But it's definitely in the books to have happen
at some point.
And if it's not done by haunt season, then I think that it will definitely be done by Valentine's Day.
But either way, at the kickoff event, they are raffling 2 tickets off, and you know it's cheaper than buying a ticket. So you know, come see us, interact with us on our table, buy you a raffle ticket. And yeah, it'll be a great night to get scared, and a great night just to have a good time.
And we'll also be doing, I'll just say, quote unquote, interviews with people whenever they come out of the house.
Yeah, just to get their thoughts on the houses, and
maybe with the outside actors as well.
Yeah. All right. Anybody got anything else to say for the night?
Me.
All right.
Oh, I'm going to throw this out too real quick. Sorry. This also has to do with the Scream Chamber. If you live near enough, I'm going to say near enough as in an hour and 30 minutes at max, is near enough, because I've done it before, and you want to work at the Scream Chamber, they are about to start their hiring process by the end of, I think July is whenever they start that up. So be on the lookout. Join their Facebook page. Be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for the schedule of whenever the haunt will be open. And also whenever it's not haunt season, they got snow cones, they got escape games.
And them
They got
them
axe
snow cones are
throwing.
banging.
They got all sorts of good stuff.
Them snow cones are great. So
By the way, I also know that they're going to be coming by your work next month, I think, Slater,
absolutely gorgeous.
for 4th of July week, I think.
I'll be getting some, that's for sure.
So, just be on the lookout for that.
But all right, everybody. We'll see you guys next week, and we hope you have a good one. Like, subscribe, comment, share us out. Go to our Facebook. Go to our TikTok.
Favorite.
What?
Said favorite.
Yeah, whatever he said. And
Last second hello from Jerome. Hello there.
hey, Jerome, it's good to see you, but we're getting off.
Better late than never, bud.
But no, seriously, we're starting to make more clips and starting to post more stuff on TikTok and YouTube Shorts and everything. So keep an eye out on that. Share us about, like, subscribe, favorite, whatever it's called.
Remember that we are on our way of trying to hit 150 subs by end of this year. So make sure that you're subbing there.
And we're at,
we're trying
109.
Yep, we're at 109, so we're about 41 away. So hopefully we can hit that, if not more.
And then we're also trying to get to 100 followers on our Facebook page, because you have to have 100 to go live over there on Facebook. So once we hit 100 there, we'll be that much closer to expanding our content that we're able to provide to you guys. And let's see here. I'm trying to think of a good goal for TikTok. We'll say 50.
Yeah, we're almost to 40, so.
Yeah, 50 is a good one. We'll say I'd like for us to have by the end of CreepyCon 50.
Yeah.
On TikTok. So go follow us at places and be on the lookout for Julio stuff coming up in the near future.
Yep. All right, everybody. We'll see you guys next week. Same time, same usual. Peace out.